Y'all know who it is. It's Cuz, man, on your Cuz podcast show. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. And thank y'all for dropping that comment. That's what I'm talking about. PSA, I'm back with another banger. Back with another banger. I need y'all to stick with me because we're going to go through this real fast. You feel me? So the banger is Elon Musk and Tesla giving up on EVs. Let's find out. Feel me? Let's find out. I ain't gonna do a lot of talking because I want y'all to hear this, man. Because this shit right here is lit. Let's go.
And CEO Elon Musk's political positions.
Sales are down 50% year over year. China's sales were down 50%.
In the last couple of months, the stock's just been obliterated.
Less than 6 months ago, Tesla's story was dramatically different. Shares of the company rose 30% in a single week. The once fledgling and often struggling EV maker was worth more than $1 trillion and more than all the world's other major automakers combined. But in 2025, the stock has plummeted, losing more than 35% of its value since the beginning of the year. In most markets, including the US, China, Europe, and
make sure y'all hit that like button because it's lit.
Australia, sales are falling too. While 90% of company revenue comes from selling EVs, Tesla has changed its mission. CEO Elon Musk has sunk billions into projects like self-driving cars and humanoid robots.
The future we're headed for is one where you can literally just have anything you want. What's key to that is robotics and AI.
But feelings about the change in direction, or what some call abandoning the company's original mission, are mixed.
Tesla's mission is to advance sustainable transportation and energy. It was never to create robo-taxis and humanoid robots. And that's Elon just changing Tesla's mission. And now I think that Tesla needs a new CEO.
You can say Tesla's a tech company all you want. It's not. It's a car company. And when you don't sell cars, those losses start to stack up.
I truly believe years from now, autonomous will define Tesla.
Half of Tesla vehicles are built in China. He looks.
So what Tesla's doing now is that they selling a robot with the car. So you really ain't got to do that because you can just tell the robot to do everything. That's a smart man. I don't care how much people hate on him. That's a very, very smart man, dog. No bullshit, dog, because he be on all that shit, bro. And that's crazy that he do, bro. For real, man. That man's so goddamn smart.
To left and right, north, south. He's surrounded by Chinese competition that are driving costs down. There's price wars, and he's saying, no, there's no way Tesla can win this war in China and probably not globally. So let's take things in a different direction.
So why do some say the company has lost its way? And can it get back on course? CNBC dove in to find out.
Tesla was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning and Martin Eberhard.
We changed the way the world thought about electric cars, and we restarted the EV revolution in the world.
A year later, Elon Musk invested $6.5 million and joined Tesla's board. In 2006, Musk published the secret Tesla Motors Master Plan.
That man invests $6 million, bro, and he triple and double that shit. But he better leave Uncle Trump alone. He better leave Uncle Trump alone. Trump gonna put his ass right in the hole. I'm telling you, that's crazy, bro.
Tesla's overarching purpose was to move the world from fossil fuels to solar and electric power. The plan didn't mention autonomy or robots. The idea was simple: make and sell expensive EVs, use that money to make cheap EVs. In 2014, Tesla began outfitting its vehicles with hardware for a driver assistance system, later called Autopilot. Within a year, it released the software. That's also when Musk said Tesla vehicles would drive themselves within 2 years. Master Plan Part 2 was released 2 years later. It included an entire section on self-driving cars. The plan said, among other things, that owners...
So he already had a plan, bruh. He already had this already planned, bruh. He already had this already planned, bruh. It's crazy, bruh. For real.
Would be able to make money renting out their Teslas as ride-share vehicles. The New Yorker asked, will the Tesla Model 3 be the first truly self-driving car?
Since 2015, he said that every year, next year. We're now in 2025, and there's not one car on the road from Elon Musk that can do that.
Rollouts of autopilot and full self-driving features have repeatedly hit delays. Even then, the cars aren't truly self-driving. The two systems require a driver to be able to take over at a moment's notice. Tesla's FSD and autopilot software have landed it in many lawsuits and federal investigations. Neither the DOJ nor Tesla responded to CNBC's requests for comment or an interview. While Musk was promising fully autonomous rentable Teslas, the company was transforming itself into a high-volume electric car maker. Production of the Tesla Model 3, a lower-priced sedan, began in July 2017. A lot of that has paid off. Sales grew 60-fold over a 10-year period. By 2023, the model...
That man made 1.8 million off these cars, off these electricity cars, bro. Then he brought the robots in. So now he gonna sell the cars with the robots, bro. This is crazy, bro. Thank y'all for tuning into Your Cuz podcast. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We lit.
Model Y crossover became the world's best-selling vehicle.
So how we're doing on popularity? Well, we actually literally make the best-selling car on Earth of any kind. So that's and for 2 years in a row.
Tesla's shares soared too, although it's been volatile.
That man got so much money. It's crazy, bruh.
AI Day investor event, Musk announced that the company would be making a robot. It was a natural move, in Musk's words.
Tesla is arguably the world's biggest robotics company because our cars are like semi-sentient robots on wheels.
Tesla showed off a prototype in 2022. Master Plan 3 focused entirely on sustainable energy.
Master Plan Part 3 is a very long master plan because it's basically making all energy on Earth sustainable.
But since this, more and more attention has focused on robots and autonomous cars. The company released a demo video of Optimus sorting objects. At its We Robot event in late 2024, the company unveiled the Cybercab, a two-passenger, fully autonomous car planned for production in 2026, the RoboVan.
So he already had these cars already made, already thought of, already in the back, man. This man got cabs, man. Listen, man, he gonna flip the world. Like he said, he want to make the world easy for everybody. And he's making the world easy for everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Look at this shit, man. Don't turn y'all head, man. Y'all might miss something. Let's go.
A much bigger vehicle and a dancing robot. Wall Street was underwhelmed, and shares dropped 9% on the day.
We expect to be in production with the Cybercab that probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with timeframes, but in 2026.
Just days later, the company abandoned its plan to make a low-cost EV, calling it pointless for human drivers. And since, Musk has doubled down on his shift.
I've kind of described Master Plan 4 essentially, which is like autonomous cars, autonomous humanoid robots. You combine that with like solar and battery storage, and I think the future is going to be incredible.
Now this year he actually has to deliver FSD, and let me be the first to tell you, he's not going to deliver.
If you go back to the history of Musk and Tesla, there's been many times no way they can do it. Impossible. I'm not saying it is going to be hard to get there, but I truly believe years from now, autonomous will define Tesla.
Tesla is supposed to launch unsupervised full self-driving as a paid service in June 2025.
The technology does not work. He uses camera only. Every other car that is driverless on the road right now uses LiDAR and radar. Tesla does not. It's just fun.
Bruh, the man is so sharp. It's crazy. Like, literally. Make sure y'all pay attention, man. Hit that like button, man. I'm showing y'all what it is.
Fundamentally doesn't work.
After spending a lot of time watching Waymo and being in Waymos, I've decided that the hardware is insufficient on a current Tesla.
Musk has acknowledged some of the challenges.
The honest answer is that we're going to have to upgrade people's hardware 3 computer for those that have bought full self-driving, and that is the honest answer. And that's going to be painful and difficult, but we'll get it done.
But Musk says that LiDAR, a technology that uses lasers to measure distances and construct pictures of an environment, still isn't necessary or even good for autonomous vehicles.
If anybody could do it, given the massive amounts of data that Tesla has to feed into these AI models, and the progress they've made, and every iteration that we've seen of FSD and we've experienced with FSD at Tesla, it's better and better and better. So there are definitely some people out there who say it's never going to work without LiDAR. We think it will.
I believe they could get there without LiDAR. I mean, again, I'm not saying to get to the last mile, you might not need some LiDAR, but I think the biggest thing going for Tesla is the miles driven, the data that's unprecedented.
Even if the hardware worked.
Y'all remember back in the days, Knight Rider? That's what he doing. That's some Knight Rider shit right there. For real. No, I ain't lying. That's some Knight Rider shit right there. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. This shit real in the fields, man.
Bearish analysts say Tesla is behind competitors. Google's self-driving arm, Waymo, does 200,000 rides a week in 4 cities, with more on the way.
What he's about to deliver is basically the same thing that Waymo offered 10 years ago.
So bearish investors basically think 2 things. 1, Tesla cars are not equipped with the tech needed to achieve full self-driving. 2, competitors like Waymo are ahead, way ahead. Bulls say otherwise.
Tesla's going to be able to produce Cybercabs $30,000–$35,000. Waymos are $240,000 cars. You can't scale them, and they're only in 4 cities. When you look at Cybercabs in terms of the fleet concept, producing it at mass, in that concept, their profit, it's a phenomenal business model.
Michael Dunn has studied China's EV revolution closely, and
one thing I know, he's definitely a businessman. That's why I always say, y'all, get ready so you ain't got to get ready. Y'all get it? Get ready so you ain't got to get ready. Thank y'all for tuning in to Yo Cuz Podcast. We lit. Let's go.
He says the move to robotics may be the U.S.'s only chance to compete.
If we go all in on electrics today, we cannot compete with China. And I think the current administration has made it clear that electrics are not a priority, that we'll bide our time. And the hope is that American companies will innovate and be able to capture that next wave of what a vehicle of the future looks like in order to compete with the Chinese. For example, autonomy, Waymos and Teslas and NVIDIA's powering really amazing vehicles of the future, moving away from EVs to AVs and robotics.
But even if Tesla gets the tech right, skeptics say the business case isn't there. If one of these
Listen, man, listen to the business case now. This what I've been waiting for. Listen to the business case, right? They about to tell you how this man make his money, flip his money, and run to brick walls. But don't get mad by running into brick walls. This is a businessman. Listen to what they say. I'm telling you.
Companies, much less 4 or 5, figure out how to make fully autonomous robo-taxis at scale, they could pack the streets of every city with them.
There's no limit to how many robo-taxis Google can make because they don't need humans. So they can just keep making more and more and more of these things.
Crazy.
And so what happens is that as this is deployed in mass scale, pricing comes down and the scale players will be profitable, but it'll be like Amazon where you have a small profit margin and you have to have large scale.
There's also more to running a rideshare business than just driving the car.
You replace the cheapest part of the system, which is a minimum wage driver, by a very, very expensive technology and you need to hire many people around it to replace the driver, because the driver was also the guy who cleaned the car, also doing safety.
Then there's valuations.
There's no estimates for these growth verticals that they're going to go into. And you need to have more estimates for how much robotaxi revenue they're going to generate. And those estimates don't even exist. So what are we comparing it to? There's no benchmark or ruler out there that we can say, I could say, oh, well, consensus thinks they'll do 50 million in robotaxi revenue in 2029. I think they'll do 75 million. So I think that this stock is a buy. There's literally no.
Listen to the numbers, man. They ain't say thousands. They saying millions and billions, Mo. Millions and billions where nobody will have to go drive a car. You want to go to the grocery store, you want to go shopping, you want to go here. Guess what? Your robot will go take care of all that for you. Like I was just telling my homie, the world is getting lazy, and I'm not lying on one of them. I'm not lying on one of them. I was just telling my homie that today. I got lazy. I'm not lying. I need to pick my speed back up. Stop playing these games. You feel me? Because the world is running, y'all. We got to pay attention of what we doing. That's why I show these videos like that, man, so I could give y'all something to think about, man. For real, the world is flipping. The world is flipping. You hear me? The world is flipping, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We lit.
Estimates.
So, 3 hurdles to clear. Tesla needs autonomous tech. They need to be at least as good as Waymo or anyone else. They have to make money in what could be an extremely low margin business, if it's a business worth doing in the first place. Then there are the robots.
So this year we hopefully will be able to make about 5,000 Optimus robots. We're technically we're aiming for enough parts to make 10,000, maybe 12,000.
So the idea that we're going to have some robot that's super useful that can do all these things for us anytime soon is a fantasy. It's just a sci-fi fantasy. When basic things like the Roomba are still struggling to like wash our floors, and then the longer term business of building robots is a highly competitive business with no real market yet. So selling consumer robots to me is like a pie in the sky.
Hey, dog, this man taking over the whole world, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I ain't finished yet. I'm turned up now, and I got to find out what's going on.
I bet. I'm an activist investor, and I still think Tesla has the best products and services.
But those products and services, he says, are the EVs, energy storage devices like power walls, even the solar roofs, which Musk once gave as much attention to as the products he is touting today.
Tesla is losing market share, big part because they are...
This is the part where he losing that money. This is the part that y'all really want to see, though, right? Nah, pay attention to this shit. In case y'all invest that money, y'all already know what to invest that money in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We lit. Let's go.
And not pursuing the lower cost model. Absolutely a strategic mistake, and maybe it's not the US market, it's the global market that really asked for this car.
Ford and GM can't compete at all with these Chinese companies at all. The only real competitor to the Chinese companies is Tesla, but they haven't been able to introduce a lower price point car, and they're losing that share of the market very quickly to the Chinese.
Musk's public reputation is deteriorating, and the backlash against him is hurting Tesla.
I can't walk past the TV without seeing a Tesla on fire. You're like, what's going on? You know, some people, it's like, listen, I understand if you don't want to buy our product, but you don't have to burn it down. That's a bit unreasonable, you know? Like, this is psycho. Stop being psycho.
The bad news for him is he's only got one way for him to go now, which is down. So this honeymoon of, I don't know, what was it, a month? You know, it's over. And if the board of directors actually did what was best for Tesla and had a real CEO and refocused its image on what it really does well, which is make EVs and batteries and charging, and, you know, really did that business,
So basically what he's saying, man, just keep it simple. E is not trying to keep it simple. he trying to take it on a whole nother level. But see, that's what he do because he already see the future. So that's what he do. He take it on another level because he already see the future. I'm like that too. I already see the ahead of the game. You get what I'm coming from? Especially if it's something that I really like. Yes, I'm gonna focus on ahead on the game than right now. You know what I'm saying? So he already see what's going on for 5 years or 10 years from right now. Man, hit that like button, man. Drop a comment. We lit.
Incredibly important company for the future.
The challenge with simply returning to EVs is that if Tesla is merely an automaker, its share price may be way too high.
Tesla's a very expensive auto OEM compared to the growth you're getting, compared to the margins you're getting. And I think they benefited from a unique moment in time when people had a lot of discretionary income. Oil was more expensive because the Russia-Ukraine war was starting, and they sold a lot of EVs at very high margins.
It trades over 105 times earnings, which is not only expensive to the overall market, but that's even more expensive than its own historical average. So I think for all those reasons, whether I find another place to add my money or I wait for a better entry point, I would not jump in with 2 feet at Tesla right now.
If you're buying Tesla because they sell EVs to you and to the public, the stock's overvalued, we think, right? If you're buying it because there's a very large growth opportunity in their energy storage and generation business, and there's a very large growth opportunity in Optimus and FSD and robotaxi, then the stock really can work.
This stock has a maniacal retail investor base. You know, it's basically, it's a cult, right? And so how do you deprogram a cult, or what causes that to happen? I don't know. But it's a cult that's made a lot. It's a cult that's made a lot of money, which is even harder to think about when it ends.
What I'm saying is, hang on to your stock. So,
listen, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to Yo Cuz podcast. Y'all know what it is, man. I just wanted to let y'all know that, man, because that came through the email, so I had to show it to y'all, right? So I broke it down to y'all how it worked and what it looked like for him now, right? Is that Eli tried to take the world 10 years ahead, right? People not with that, you feel me? So when he brought these cars, everybody liked the cars. Yeah, hell yeah, everybody liked the car. Then he brought in the robots. So when he brought in the robots, people like, oh, but see, where he messed up at when he teamed up with Uncle Trump. Uncle Trump tried to get some of that money from him, but Eli wasn't having it. That's why they broke apart, because Eli like, no, you ain't gonna take my hard working money and try to flip it, because I already know how you is. You feel what I'm saying? So now they done broke apart. It's too late now for Eli, because nobody don't like Eli now. That's why he said he can't turn on the TV without seeing one of his cars blown up in flames and fire. You feel me? But let me get back to this. That comes from who you hang around, who you be with, who you be on TV with. You feel me? Like, because that's Trump, that don't mean that you got to follow his lead. You feel me? Don't follow the wrong person lead because it look easy. No, follow the right person lead, man. That's how you get older and wise, man, and ask questions. Don't just roll with the flow, because when you roll with the flow, you might well roll with the flow of making a sad decision. Make your own decision. Choose what you want to do, man. For real. So listen, thank y'all for tuning in to Yo Cuz podcast. We about to drop back with another banger, and I'll be right back. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And once you drop that comment, because I know you like me, so hit that like button. Gone.